police sergeant who has been offered anonymity for his health and the health of his children, their words, not mine, faced a misconduct hearing over touching a colleague's hair, taking a photo without consent and making highly sexualised comments. The Avon and Somerset police sergeant, who organised a work night out in Weston-super-Mare and who was the most senior officer present, is accused of speaking about taking drugs in his youth and suggested colleagues would have done the same. Personally, I think it makes a nice change that one of them wants to be honest, albeit only to his colleagues, no doubt. It was also claimed that he disclosed private information to officers he had been privy to and should not have shared, asked questions of a highly sexualised nature which were unwarranted and inappropriate, and made inappropriate comments to and about an officer's mother. The Avon and Somerset sergeant, who is referred to as PSX, which sounds a bit like a hybrid games console to me, was due to face a police misconduct hearing at Force Headquarters in Portishead on June the 7th last year over allegations that he breached the standards of professional behaviour and that it amounts to gross misconduct. The hearing was postponed, no doubt, due to COVID, and his hearing was rescheduled for the 21st of March, which was 2 days ago. It was said that PSX, other police colleagues and members of the public were present in the pub and its beer garden, and that PSX was, as I said, the most senior officer present. He drank a fair bit and, of course, got a bit pissed. It was alleged that PSX had a number of conversations with and within the hearing of other police colleagues which were inappropriate. PSX is alleged to have spoke about taking drugs in his youth and suggested that other officers would have done the same. Also, that he touched another officer's hair without their consent and took photograph of another officer without their permission. Now, to be fair, it was a night out. Touching someone's hair isn't exactly a big deal unless you're completely woke. And as for taking pictures without consent, well, he was in a public place and there's no expectation of privacy. The only issue I can see with that is if he was upskirting, or the image was of an obscene nature or for an obscene reason. He was said to have disclosed private information that should not have been shared, had unwarranted and inappropriate discussions with officers, and asked questions of a highly sexualised nature, including him describing sexual acts. It sounds like a typical night out for most blokes, to be honest. PSX was also alleged to have made inappropriate comments to and about an officer's mother. To be fair, I've told some of my friends I'd give their mum one when I was younger. You know, not so sure about now as they generally need a bit of ironing first at their current age, but still, nothing too criminal from the PSX as far as I can see thus far. However, the charges are that he breached the standards of professional behaviour in terms of authority, respect and courtesy, equality and diversity, confidentiality, honesty and integrity, and discreditable conduct. So he's obviously gone for the full house. So that's the information that was released prior to the hearing, and here is the information released since. Although it still doesn't give much away as to what was said, I can now see that PSX was being a bit of a dick. First of all, some of the sexualised comments he made were to a female colleague, comments that she says made her feel physically sick after telling her that he would destroy her. PSX is said to have spoken in graphic detail about his sexual preferences, claiming that he'd slept with approaching 1,000 women, 999 of them vulnerable and in his head, no doubt. He also bragged about losing his virginity in Grove Park while on acid. Further accounts given at the hearing revealed he had photographed a male colleague and sent the picture to a woman at a swingers party. I do that all the time. But clearly this would have been a little bit naughty, taking somebody's image without their consent. And again, there's nothing wrong with taking photos and capturing people in them, providing it's not for some dodgy reason. And this is a dodgy reason. PSX invited a colleague to the party and told him that he was guaranteed to have sexual encounters and that he would protect him at work the next day if he stayed out drinking. Let's be fair, it's the kind of boss we all want, isn't it? The younger officer later told interviewers that he felt PSX was trying to pimp me out to his friends. The panel heard PSX had a reputation for being tactile and making creepy comments, dating back to at least 2015 when he received a verbal warning. Police officer Mark Leigh Morgan said PSX's behaviour amounted to sexual harassment. Any right-thinking member of the public would be appalled by this behaviour, he said. Now, I haven't found any information regarding the outcome of the hearing, as I'm presuming it might be ongoing today as well, but what I do know is that PSX, who had served for 15 years with Avon and Somerset Police, quit 2 days before his hearing, after admitting the allegations, but only in the form of misconduct and not gross misconduct. I am expecting to hear today how Avon and Somerset's Chief Constable Sarah Crew spewed some pointless word salad about how they couldn't take any other action other than fire him without notice. Had he not already resigned, of course, saving his bacon or his crispy crackling skin. Big thank you to channel supporters, especially these guys. Your support is truly appreciated. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, as I know many of you will. And until next time, stay safe, look after each other, film the police, oink oink.